I welcome you to my channel, Psychological Stories. Here we tell the stories of people who have faced psychological problems and talk openly about their problems. We help them to become better. Today we have Nastya as our guest, and she will tell us about her problem of sexual abuse. Hello, Nastya.
I was friends with a classmate and her mother, and I was visiting them for a sleepover. Some acquaintances of this woman came to stay with them, including a young guy. I think he was under something and drunk. He liked me and decided that I should give birth to his child, and it was the first time I had seen him, as well as he had seen me. I put it down to his condition. I didn't let him touch me. I only gave him permission to hug me. When I went to the bathroom, he followed me. I came out. He grabbed my hand and dragged me into the bedroom, threw me on the bed, took off my bottom and started raping me, with the intention of coming in me. I sobbed and screamed and begged him not to ruin my life. There was loud music playing in the house, so I wasn't heard until 7 minutes later. That's when people flew into the room and dragged him away. At first I was calmed down until one drunk woman told me that I was the one who showed interest in him, and it was all consensual. Everyone started to support her, and I ran away sobbing. Afterwards, the guy said that this time it didn't work out to make a baby, so there will be a next time. I felt very bad about the situation, and I called my favorite guy, who said that the story is murky, and he does not believe me. A week later, I told my mom what happened, and she said it was all my fault. I shouldn't have gone there. I want support and just a hug, but in response only words with a kind of disdain. Say, some other crap from him picked up, and I myself am scared to death that he could have infected me with something, and now I am waiting for the incubation period to take all the tests. I hate myself and don't know how to dialogue with my mom now. My brain is pushing out these 10 minutes of abuse hell, but my mother's words are not. I realize now that telling my boyfriend and my mom everything was a mistake. I don't have a boyfriend anymore, and my mother looks at me like a dirty whore.
Nastya, hello. You've been through a big disaster, and the fact that you are determined to seek help instead of isolating and beating yourself up is a sign of a perfectly healthy reaction to the situation. It's unfortunate that you don't have support from your loved ones right now, but that doesn't mean there is no emotional outlet for what happened. It's important to be able to talk about violence, and you didn't become silent, tolerate it, and clamp your mouth shut. So let's take a look at what happened to you on a psychological level and think about how best to deal with the situation. The relationship with your mom, apparently, was initially built on the devaluation on her part of your sexuality, on female competition. It is not known in what exactly you had this manifested, but I know from experience that it manifests itself in a permanent, subtle humiliation of the personality and personal life of the daughter. These words get under the skin and begin to define the self-perception of the girl, and afterward, of the young beautiful woman. Shame for attractiveness appears, femininity and sexuality on an unconscious level begin to be associated with the traits of a slut. In principle, such a problem can be dormant in the psyche and manifested only by some restraint. Frozen behavior with men. Inability to share their pleasure, by the way, not only sexual but also the joy of life with a partner. In such an acute situation as sexual assault, it fired the fact that you began to feel like this very whore, as if you yourself were to blame for what happened. On an external level, you disagree and understand the absurdity of Mom's attitude as well as the people at that party. But a major indicator of unconsciously agreeing with the accusations is scrolling through Mom's insults because they dock well with what has been slumbering in your psyche for years. You know you are not a slut and nothing is your fault, but you unconsciously agree. Hence the self-loathing and fixation on your mother's words. You are trying to establish a dialogue with your mother, and there is a legitimate question. Why? If she is the person who does not support you and humiliates you, the explanation is that victims of abuse, which is how she has treated you since you were a child, tend to try to reach out to an abusive adult. And you got the message from your mom that you were a bad child who deserved to be rejected, so as an adult you try to connect with her and finally get confirmation that you are loved and a good child. Thank you for sharing the problem. And thank you viewers for watching our video to the end. If you have your own stories and problems, please write in the comments. We will definitely help you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new videos. Goodbye!